Welcome to That's a Latté Film with your hosts, Rebecca and Erica. On this podcast, we will talk about some of our unpopular opinions on some popular films. So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and join us. Disclaimer. Some of the films we discuss may be explicit. We will try our best to keep it PG, but please beware before you watch the film. Also, there will be a lot of spoilers.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies. Let's get started.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hello. Long time no see.
Well, honestly, though,
I have water today.
I have
again.
coffee
In the cup that I got you.
You got
yes.
me. Exactly.
Yes, I remember when I got that mug because I saw an ad on Instagram and I had to buy it immediately. I literally bought it immediately. Yeah. I was like, and it was around Christmas, so I was like, it's gonna be our Christmas present. But yeah, I have water. I have refill for the water.
Oh my gosh. You have you need to get a fridge for your room. That's just how it's gonna happen.
I do. Mom has one. I just be stealing water.
They're bougie.
Yeah, she has a whole fridge, but she has a whole pack of water on the floor in her room, so I just be stealing. And she's like, "You need to buy me a whole new pack." I'm like, "I will."
Dad always makes sure to refill that too, all the time.
Precisely.
Like, I want to walk downstairs. I want to hydrate.
You know, they just walk to the edge of their room and then they get water.
Oh man, what a life, huh? What a life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, last time you were not here on the last episode.
I was not.
We're not here, but we had a special guest. People did enjoy it.
Yes.
I love Anna. She's great. I met her in like a private group for our business.
Uh-huh.
And, we like connected somehow, and then now I'm just like, if I need you to come back on the podcast, would you? She's like, yes. She's like, I should. So yeah, I love her. She's great. I'm gonna take this out my ear because it sounds so weird. Okay, I sound like
muffled.
Yeah, like muffled. It's weird. Okay, so today's movie that we're talking about is it's a kids movie, very popular. Well, yeah, it is very popular, but I feel like it's very controversial.
I was gonna say that's the perfect word. It's definitely controversial.
Yeah, because some people love it, and then other people are like, what is this movie?
I'm divided though. I'm torn a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's literally I like the beginning of the movie. I like it to a point. I like it to a specific point. And then at the rest of it, I'm like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. And there's no development here. I need more. And then
it's not deep enough. I don't know. It wasn't. Anyway, the movie that we are talking about today, you guys, is the movie WALL-E.
WALL-E.
By Disney Pixar. I wish that I could see everyone's reactions when we said the word WALL-E.
Right.
I'm sure it would have been so many different emotions.
I'm sure they're having flashbacks to when they saw it the first time years ago.
Like, so WALL-E, I didn't even go to the movies to see the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember ever being interested in the movie. Like, they promoted it and I was like, all right, some robot that doesn't even speak, barely speaks, not interested. And well, let me give for those of you who haven't seen WALL-E, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that haven't seen it. Let me give you a little.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Yeah, a little description. This is from IMDb. So, in the distant future, a small waste collecting robot inadvertently embarks on a space journey that will ultimately decide the fate of mankind.
That's the description?
Yeah.
That's a sentence.
A better one.
That was literally a sentence.
Literally. They were like, there's not
no
much.
More. No more. That's not a good description of the movie.
No.
Basically, it's like the world has ended because the people have littered the entire earth. It's just disgusting. It's dirty. So they evacuate the entire earth onto a spaceship. So now they live all in a spaceship. And they send these little robots called Wallies to clean Earth. That way they could somehow go back one day. But it turned like it seemed as though in the beginning of the movie there was only one Wally. Like there was only one cleaning up the entire Earth. I don't know how that works.
I was like, this poor guy.
Right? Like he could be having he's tiny.
He's so
Meanwhile, on the ship, you see that they have there's something they have really, really big Wallies. So why can't they have really large ones? It was a tiny little robot having to he would take his little tiny arms and grab the trash from the floor and push it into his little tummy and like squeeze to make it into a little tiny cube and just stack them.
Right. That, you know what? That's just like America though. To make a small little robot for an entire this is a massive project. The poor thing was putting together trash, like towers of trash. But America's like, no, we got to save money on these robots. So the smaller we can make it, the better.
Right. It doesn't make sense. It's like they really did not want to come back to Earth. So they just did everything real slow.
Yeah.
But you see, I liked the beginning.
The beginning is super cute.
Right.
It is.
However, I will say, I tried to watch Wall-E the first time, right? I was watching it. I started it. But in the first 5 minutes, I did fall asleep. Okay? I did fall asleep, but I woke up in then in the half-hour point. And then I had to go home. Right? Yesterday, I tried to watch it again. I fell asleep, but I got farther this time. I did get farther. I got halfway, a little bit more than halfway, and then I fell asleep again.
Yeah. The first time, I knew that I needed to do this movie because I really do not like this movie, but but I was so not excited to watch it. I was dreading watching the movie, and I was like, okay, fine. I got out of work and I was like, fine, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. But then I put it on and then I think I was distracted with something else. So I kept going. I kept looking and then looking away and then looking.
Yeah.
So then that was the first time. Then I was like, oh, yesterday I gotta work. I gotta watch this movie or else I'm not gonna know what's going on. I couldn't finish it. I probably got 30 minutes into it and I was like, I can't. I was angry.
Yeah, I watched it because I was watching it with my boyfriend at his mom's house. It's we went to visit his mom. And I'm sitting there and we're watching it. And I'm like, it's funny. The beginning is funny because Wall-E is like a little tiny puppy to me. He reminds me of my dog Odie. He is a mess. So he can remind me of that. And then every time once Eve came down and they sent that robot to go find plants or whatever to see if there's life on Earth or whatever. Yeah, once she came down, he fell in love with her. Yeah. And when she shut down, once she got the plant in her, when she shut down, and he was trying to make her safe or whatever, I kept dying laughing because he had no clue what to do, and he was you know how people stand with their toes pointed towards each other and they hit like this when they're all bashful. Oh, that's literally Wall-E. He could go like this.
That's true.
When the one specific part that made me die was the part where they're on top of whatever metal thing it is, and they in this movie it's they try to make you aware of global warming. So randomly they'll be tornadoes, and then there was like a really really big storm, right?
Yeah.
So they tried to show like because how we treated Earth, and now there's like terrible global warming. But so he's trying to protect Eve, and he's attached himself to her with Christmas lights, and so he's holding her there, and then like it's raining, so he has an umbrella, and he's holding it over her. Then he gets hit by lightning, and all he does is just like ah. And he grabs another umbrella and does it again, and then gets hit by lightning again. That part, I don't know why I found it so funny. I was dying. I could not believe that. That was so funny to me.
Oh my gosh. I will say, like, the part, like, when they first meet, when Wally and Eve, like, when she first comes, and he's so, like, he falls in love with her, like, at first sight, and he's just, like, she barely says anything, and she's trying to get him to be able to pronounce her name.
Yeah.
And he's just so, like, like, but a robot, like, as a robot. And Eve is just, like, not even really like paying attention. She's just like, yeah, I'm here for like I'm here just to find life.
My directive.
Life going on. Yeah, this is my directive. And I was just like, but like he's cute. He's cute.
He's very cute because she's like, Eve, Eva, Eve, Eva. But Eve made me laugh too because if she comes down, her directive is just to find a plant. That's it, just to find life on Earth and direct back to the captain or whatever. And she's just has to deal with Wally, just following her around. And then, like, there's a part where they're in the grocery store because she's looking for a plant in the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets hit by all those shopping carts. That made me laugh. I was like, this poor little robot is in love with this spaceship robot. And he can't do anything about it. Like, he'd really be struggling.
So I think the problem with this movie, because it's cute. Like, there's moments in it where it's super cute or it makes you laugh. But then it's so, I feel like the movie is so quiet. Like, it's very, like, peaceful.
Yeah.
You can't help but, like, go either fall asleep.
Go on your phone.
Distracted. Yeah, like, and then, like, there'll be a moment that you're like, oh, what's happening? And you jump back.
Right.
But it's not a constant flow of like I'm
locked in,
listening or watching.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like it's that wasn't what this movie. I don't think that's what its purpose is.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that you watch when you're just like you have something else you're doing, like as background noise, like. But it's not a major.
The beginning is cute because you see that he's obsessed with like Hello Dolly and like, you know, he's just doing his job. He collects stuff and puts it because he's a little collector, so he doesn't know what stuff is. Like he finds a spork and he has a container for spoons and a container for forks, so he's trying to figure out which one it goes to, but he can't. Like it's cute. Like he's really, really cute. His best friend is a roach. Because, you know, roaches can survive anything, you know? Anything. So, like, it's cute. And then he falls in love with another robot. But it just, after that part, after they, like, when she gets picked up, because she finally finds a plant, because Wally had found the plant already. And so I don't understand how that plant grew in a closed refrigerator. Because there was no sunlight. Like, I was like,
was it a plant? I'm like,
right. So I was like, when I was watching it last night and he opens the fridge and he sees the plant in there, I literally was like, how did that grow? Where'd it get the sunlight from? That doesn't work. And Chris was like, oh, there's probably a crack. Maybe there was a crack somewhere with some sunlight. I was like, it was a closed refrigerator.
Right. There's no light, first of all. Like I thought maybe there was a light, but there's no light.
No.
There's no light.
I was like, so how the heck did that plant grow? Somebody tell me. Somebody let me know.
Plot holes.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, plot hole.
Plot hole.
So explain that part. I don't know. I was just like, why? Like, for what did they could have done better. Like, they could have done better explaining why that plant grew in a refrigerator.
Yeah. They could have done so much more. I don't know. I don't know what they were going for.
They were just trying to bring awareness. I think this is that this movie was for. Because, like, it's like Eva comes down and she finds the plant because Wally shows it to her to try and impress her or whatever. And like when Eva gets picked up to go back, Wally follows her because he's in love with her or whatever. And Eva goes to show the captain. And all these people on the ship are big people because they sit down on these little like wheelchairs. Well, they're kind of like, they don't go on the floor. They just float. So literally. I don't know. Like, they're like moving chairs, I guess.
They use
like
their floating chairs and
yeah. So like they're big people. They don't have any bone density or anything because they're just they don't walk at all.
They're so
like they don't even
floppy. Like
yeah, and like they all they do is look on a screen. So like there's two people in the movie that Wally like interrupts and gets them either knocked off their chair or he shuts off their screen by accident. So like they finally realize like where they're at and they become aware of like, oh, that's pretty. Oh, we have a pool. Like they bring awareness of that. Like that people are getting too addicted to technology and they don't pay attention to their surroundings, even if it is like a fake reality. I mean, the movie,
they're not wrong.
There are no lies in the movie. Like it doesn't lie. Like it's true. Like we're messing up the planet. This is true. Yeah, people do be littering, and that's probably our future. People are just going to be sitting around on floating chairs. Yeah,
it might be.
Like, yeah. So when Eve goes to bring the plant to the captain doesn't even know what it is. But the autopilot. This autopilot. So, okay, right? Chris fell asleep while watching the movie. And, like, when I came home and I finished watching it, I was like, the second part of this movie, there is no scene development. Like, I needed more. I needed more action or more, like, they move somewhere else. Because the whole point, like, the movie is that the captain of the ship is now fighting the autopilot in the captain's room.
Yeah.
And Eve is just trying to get the plant over to the captain. But then it wasn't enough. Like I was like, this fight to get the plant, right? The fight to like get the plant was just not long enough. Like it was just like, okay, I'm gonna destroy the autopilot. And first of all, the autopilot should just like there shouldn't be a way for them to override the captain. Like it was just so weird the way that they did it. So like. When the thing was is that the president or whatever said like, oh, now you found a plant. Now it's time to go back to recolonize Earth. And then they went to go get the plant from Eve, and the plant was gone. To then find out that Eve and Wally Eve was gonna go send Wally back to Earth, and then they see another robot put the plant on a spaceship to send it back to Earth. So they steal it back. And it was just a fight to get the plant to the captain. And the autopilot was trying to take over. But like when the captain, I don't know if you saw this part, but the captain was able to like override something and do a whole message to the ship. It's like, I'm stuck in my room and the autopilot is taking over the ship or blah, blah, blah. And I need a plant. It's like, it just didn't make sense. Like it was just too much happening in such little time, and then again it wasn't enough happening. Like, it was just confusing. I just didn't like the ending. Oh no.
He's back.
Yeah. So it just wasn't enough happening at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like the beginning is super quiet, and then from the moment you see the actual people, I feel like that's when more happens, but then it just doesn't make sense. And with like the rest of the defected robots, like it was confusing me because there's a part where they're having like a chase to get away from some robots, and the rest of the defected robots somehow start following them. Like the movie just doesn't make sense towards the end. I was like, I don't understand. Yeah. And then Wally turns out to be like this big hero because like he risked his life twice. But in the end, like he gets stuck because he's trying to hold up the thing that Eva needs to put the plant in. I don't know if you're able to hear me because now it's raining. I hear you. I do hear the droplets though.
Okay. I'm gonna move in. But
what is that crackling noise?
Yeah, it's now pouring outside. Okay, we're just gonna be mobile people. That's why it's a phone.
It's fine. It's fine.
Personal, I guess. And I gotta charge my phone anyways. We'll just sit here on my bed. So, anyways, it didn't Wally was holding up this thing to keep it open so that Eve could put the plant in it, but like his foot gets stuck inside because it's trying to close, so half his body gets crushed. So like it's really sad. I really did like Wally. Wally was my favorite. It wasn't his fault that this movie was bad. It was just like the development of like this. Like
Wally's fault.
Right. It was just the development of the movie that just was not good.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good.
I have a problem with, I usually have a problem with awareness movies. Usually. Okay. I find that like I get it. Like if you have a voice or you have something, like if you have a studio or you are well known in some way, you have a responsibility to like share.
Yeah, you like use your platform.
Yeah, like you should voice your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you don't have a strong enough story,
yeah,
then maybe it's not time to do it.
Right.
Because the characters were
cute.
Cute. Like Wally was a great idea. Eve was a great idea. Like, and their like romance was super cute.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I think they were they were really just interested in making awareness.
Yeah.
That the story itself kind of like falls
suffered
apart
from that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so like I get what they were trying to do, but also I'm like maybe you should have waited a little bit longer. Developed your story a little bit more, and then
I mean, in the end, like they get the plant and thing, like it's okay, like they override the autopilot, they get the plant in there, they were gonna recolonize Earth, and they get there, fine, whatever. But Wally's like dead, like he's half his body is messed up. So Eve takes him back to where he lives and like puts new parts in him or whatever. And all she wants to do is hold his hand. Like the entire movie, Wally stares at Eve's hands and goes like this. Like he wants to hold her hand. So like finally they hold hands. Like at first when Wally wakes up after she fixes him, he doesn't know who she is. And like he just knows he's a robot to fix some, like to clean. And then finally he remembers. And then they hold hands, and there's like a whole romance in the end. But that's how it ends. It's just they're back on Earth when it's still a mess. It's still a mess. There's trash everywhere. And they go back to Earth still. But it's just like there's grass growing now.
So I guess there's life. There's life.
Yeah, but the life will die if they don't get rid of the trash. Where are they gonna put the trash?
They gotta clean it up. But there's only one Wally, so
right, and all he was doing was just like minimizing the surface area of the trash because it's still trash. It's just a cube now
everywhere.
Like that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
Like out of 10, I'd give this movie a 4.5 to a 5.
Yeah.
Because I liked the beginning. It was cute. But halfway through the movie, I lost interest. Like I was watching it last night, and I did fall asleep towards the end, like twice. Like I had like 30 seconds twice. But I was like, no, I need to finish. And I I need to finish. And I finished it, and I was like, finally. And I just turned it off and went to sleep.
And normally I can finish a movie, like even if it's bad, I'll still be interested because I want to know like why it's so bad.
Yeah.
But like Wally's the one movie I can't finish.
Poor Wally. He deserved better.
He deserved so much better because he's adorable.
He is. He had good intentions.
Yeah.
Just good intentions.
It's because of the awareness they're trying to bring. They hit a wall. I think if you go into it with a set idea of what you want to make, and you're not going to budge at all because you want to make this story. It's very hard to make a really good story if you're just trying to get this goal. Like, this is all you want to do.
Yeah.
There's really no creativity there.
Right.
You know?
There was no story development. It was just the same thing the entire movie.
The whole time.
It's like, I'm bored. I'm tired of this movie.
And also, it's not encouraging.
No, it's real depressing.
It's so depressing because it's like, yeah. Like, we are definitely heading in this direction.
Yeah.
But why did you need to show me? Like, I didn't need to see it, you know? Like,
yeah.
Hopefully we're not.
I would take a real life Wally though.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. He's
cute.
He's so cute. But yeah, guys, that's literally all we have for Wally.
Honestly, I recommend just watching the beginning because he's cute.
Yes,
you know,
maybe the first 15-20 minutes.
It's funny. Like when Eve comes down and she gets stuck to a magnet, right? She gets stuck to the magnet and she shoots herself off of it so she can like parachute off of it. She gets so angry about it though that she blows up the magnet and the shit behind it. She just blows up the entire thing. Like she had mad sass for no reason.
She was a sassy robot.
And whenever Wally would do something wrong, she'd be like, Wally! Wally! And he'd just be like, I'm sorry.
And he's just like,
yeah. It's good to a point. So like watch it to a certain point. You decide how great it is till your whatever point you decide. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not great. But yeah, guys, a lot of you, I hope, agree with us. But I'm sure there's also a lot of you that love Wall-E, probably just because of Wall-E. So maybe we do agree on some point. Like, you love Wall-E, but the movie itself, maybe he needs a sequel. I don't know.
Just for him.
A better chance.
I want to just see the romance play out between him and Eve.
Yeah, that's all. The adventures of Wall-E and Eve, you know?
Yeah, maybe like a short film of some sort.
Yeah, a short film. They should do one.
Yeah, maybe they did. We just didn't see it.
Maybe. I'll be looking into that
now. All right.
But yeah. That's all we have for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode. We do have a Facebook page. It's literally called That's a Latté Film. You can like us on there. You can go to Maldonado Creative on Instagram and follow there. We'll talk about That's Latté Film and then other things the company is doing. So follow on that. And we have a YouTube channel as well called Maldonado Creative, and the visual podcast will be there as well. So you'll see me make a location change. Yeah, you're gonna see that. Yeah. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying these episodes, and please let us know if you have any other suggestions. And you guys have a great day. Yay! Bye.
There we go. Oh, that's really good. Will you snap out of it and get me some more coffee? Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies. Let's get started.